Yeah, and I think that was a really smart usage of R5 by BLG here, because with the Nautilus getting locked in, you take a look at the team that WE had before their last 2 picks. This is like a pretty this is a Kaisa angle, right?
Oh, risky plays. And we're seeing a lot of people dropping pretty low health. This is where you...
Okay. Oh, nice serve there. Scars that hit level 6. Knight not going to hit the seismic shove, even though Vampire is here, and they know that this will go right over to Karis. First blood for WE. Well played. Objective will be taken quite yet. We do have Grubs in about a minute. We have a Pantheon ult coming up top as Bin is looking to link up. And it's Shadow. Cube down to about half HP. And he doesn't have an ultimate to get out. There's a flash in the back pocket. We'll land the double knockup, but it looks like he is just going down with the ship. And it's going to be Shadow getting credit for that one.
WE, they are going to start up these grubs. You do have multiple members for WE in the area as well. And with Shadow up on the top side of the map, it looks like there's not going to be any response from him down onto the Drake. This is just a free take for them right here. This is nice to be able to pick up, right? Neither of these teams are incredibly good at using these grubs. It's not like you've got yourself a Yorick on squad where you'd love to have that in the back pocket, but it is still going to be a nice objective to be able to pick up.
Team WE will be able to claim the dragon fairly easily without a contest. Honestly, blocks are a real pro-level move, and if you want to play like the pros in your own solo queue games, hook not landed by On, and now we're going to go with the ultimate. On will be able to burn the cleanse. The Twisted advances on him, and he's a little too far ahead, is Monkey.
Yeah.
For a turnaround here. Big knockups coming through. Vampire got hit. The exhaust is out, but it's on to On. Vampire is dying. Here comes the teleport in as Taeyun looking to fight safely, looking to take out Shadow, but he can't before Vampire dies. And Bin joins the party, and he's eating Taeyun alive. Won't be able to find Karis, but Knight will chase him down, and he's stuck in a corner. He's being rifled by rocks, and he'll be forced to flash away. We'll see.
Oh, Monkey, hang on.
Wrong side of the tracks right here. He's going to get rooted up himself. Shadow
no
is
flash.
Go right on top of him.
What?
Monkey is able to survive through that. Now Vampire and Taeyun also in a weird spot. The Vampire's just going to die.
Position, giving over that kill to BLG. And BLG, they're just managing to find themselves these little picks here. Again, Taeyun just going to get jumped, and he's immediately taken out.
Yep. It's just another kill going over the side of BLG as they begin to take over to the game.
These team fights and pay it back because the damage available to him already is huge.
Team WE aggressively going for this dragon. Remember, we do think they have good scaling here with Karis, but with this dragon resetting, all of a sudden they are in a bit of a weird spot. Knight is ready. Weaver's wall coming in to cut them all off.
Oh my.
But guess what? Knight's cut off himself. He's got to flash over the wall. But Elk is able to free hit. But here comes Sion choo-chooing through, splitting the gap as Shadow falls. Vampire stays alive, but Taeyun and the dragon's on top of him. Monkey goes to finally help out his AD carry, and Team WE take the win.
Over aggressive right there from BLG. On steps up in a situation he had no right to. Knight as well put himself in a terrible position, having to flash back over the wall to get himself out again. Elk and Knight, though, still hunting, still potentially looking to see what they can do. And this is the difference right here. Bin did not have his teleport up and available, so they were down a member in this fight. The difference, though, is that Bin's going to be able to pick himself up a tower, whereas in the previous fight, where Cube doesn't join, he only grabs a couple result in the dragon being picked up as well. That's now the second dragon for WE.
I don't know if you noticed, but Elk got caught by the hostile takeover. Speaking of being hostile, getting served up is Bin, and his ultimate is not going to land. He's going to flash out, but the rest of BLG are trying to help him out on from behind. Looking to cause some disruption. Karis is going to put the turret down. He's going to get rooted up. Knight with a big seismic shove there as the health bars begin to get low, but so does Ons. He's got to get out. Monkey stunned up. Cube had teleported in.
And BLG, do they want to come and respond? Bin, down in the bottom lane, does have teleport.
All right, Shadow, Knight in the area. Down to about 2,000 HP.
TP.
The question is, can Shadow get close? No, sir. And now we're going to go all the way in. Monkey just trying to create some space. He's going to flash away as On goes down. The hostile takeover was perfect. Knight will fall, but Elk is still getting an opportunity to hit. He's got a good flash as Bin came from behind. And EWE alive. Shadow moving forward. He's on Karis. Bin trying to survive as Elk is desperately trying to help his top laner. And he does survive. And it's a triple kill for Shadow. And a big win, an ace for BLG.
The difference for BLG is the bin teleport into the backline. The early fight goes wrong. On dies almost immediately, but it doesn't matter. It just buys enough time for Bin to complete the teleport, get into the backline, and start ripping so that you can then go and pick yourself up a Drake. But obviously we've got a little while until the next Drake is going to be spawning. It should at least get a charge off. Never mind, good seismic shove coming through. That's just going to be a wasted objective. And now BLG potentially stepping up right here. Cube still very tanky though. He is able to body block and frontline very well for his team. And Bessa backline though, Bin, another flank.
Weaver's wall too, but guess what? On's already dead. But front to back is what gets the job done. Bin is stuck in the back line, desperately trying to fade back, but will finally fall. Elk is still full HP as Kars tries to get on top of him, but Knight is throwing rocks, and WE are glass houses right now. It's a double kill for Elk. Kars is stuck in the jungle, and he will die tonight. Another ace for BLG. Clinical domination.
Yeah, these fights, they're messy, right? They're not easy to execute, but it doesn't matter. Whether or not you lose a couple members, BLG, they keep coming out on top of the fights, and they're going to be able to turn this one around into an Atakan. They can also just instantly turn and grab themselves the Drake as well. A huge swing in terms of effective stats for the squad. And this is what we needed to see from them, right? They've got themselves the slightly earlier game focus composition with the Pantheon. Monkey can chuck his ulti through Taeun, chucks his ulti through Vampire, chucks his ulti through. One of them has to hit. It doesn't matter if he's got Spell Shield and Cleanse. Cube gonna get bullied away from this tower. Mid lane tier 2 is going to fall. The response from WE is to grab themselves a top lane tier 1. Incredibly hard to do so. You can see the battle over the mid lane priority. On might potentially be caught though.
Yeah, let's see. Can they burst him out? Trying to get him closer to Taeun and Vampire. Weaver's wall cuts them all off now. Taeun's in a pretty rough spot. Shadow trying to do what he can, but on the backside, it's Knight just continuously throwing rocks.
Shadow
going to drop his ultimate down, but he's not going to hit anybody. His Bin gets to that backline again. Hostile takeover ain't going to do enough. Kars has to slide over, but it does not matter. BLG lay WE to slaughter.
They think that they found themselves a catch onto On, but it just baits the members in way too far. Bin going to attempt to get the kill. Teleport out is going to save at least one member right here for WE, but it doesn't matter. BLG, they win the fight, and they take the Baron as their prize.
They tried. It was not successful. We did not see the ultimate we needed to see out of Vampire. Kars didn't even have his up for that fight.
Yeah.
Very useful play by Shadow on that side lane. Very underrated there.
And they snap those kills up immediately. The response on the back end, of course, is the Baron. As you said, they're also going to grab themselves this Drake. That's now 2 Infernal Drakes in their back pocket as well. The effective stats are huge. And I think nothing demonstrates the problem that WE are having in this game more than the fact that Elk is currently deathless in this game. You can see Knight is able to hold this mid lane by himself with 4 members strong in the bottom lane. This tower is soon to fall. And as soon as it does, there's a potential for just a snap engage out of BLG. WE do good in reacting.
All right, we're going to go right on Cube, and they have the damage to be able to take him out. Ultimate landed by Taeun, but it only chunks out Shadow. Meanwhile, over the mid lane, Bin looking to take care of Kars. The Emperor's Divide will be able to get him out.
And used defensively again, though, isn't able to find himself any big proactive praise is Kars. And now BLG, they are going to crack open the base. The bot lane inhibitor falls. The mid lane inhibitor will go down too. And BLG wisely decide not to keep up the push. There's no need to without super minions pouring into the base.
And loose with their play. So seeing them tighten it up is very, very nice.
Bit of damage done here onto Monkey. He's actually going to have to pop the ulti through. Not ideal.
Alright, well, Knight has caught himself in a corner. Bin does get exhausted, but it doesn't matter, Bloxer. Look at all the damage.
Nope.
As that tree gets chopped down.
Worried about that ulti as well. The Nature's Grasp being used there to not even save his own life. Oh, good catch though, Knight.
Yeah, he's gone golden. Guess who's going to try to help out? It's Shadow. But guess what? Shadow in a 1v3, reminiscent of the Battle of Thermopylae. It's 300 v a lot of guys. Shadow goes down to the GA, but the rest of his team are able to bail him out. Emperor's Divide just to shove him away and keep him alive. And guess what? On and Elk finally show up to the party to take out the turrets and end game 1.
Apparently all BLG needed to end this game was to have a pick happen on tonight. He still manages to get away. It's going to be a deathless game right here out of Elk. And a real show out of all of the members of BLG.
You're about as spicy as the food you have over in your country, my friend.
Look, you don't have to call us out like that, right? We have salt and pepper. What do you mean?
Pepper! Gonna have deaths and half of an assist over 2 games. Not great, as we see an engage on the bot side. Instant flash from Elk because that Valkyrie is so strong.
Yeah, this is exactly what we're talking about, right? Elk and On, they can keep the pressure up for as long as they want, but they have to avoid getting caught out. Going in again is Vampire. Oh, he misses.
This is the problem. Uh-oh, flash after him. Down goes
Missed.
Vampire, and they're looking to double up on him, and they do. On gets that kill, too. An ill-advised move by the WE support.
Oh, it was exactly what you wanted to see early on from WE, but all of a sudden they go a little bit too far forwards, and critically Vampire misses his Shattering Strike. The second that he misses out onto that one, it's so easy to see that, hey, let's just go and take this one through. Interesting to see from On, he's going to take a quicker recall by just getting the execute through. He doesn't care about his KDA.
The Dragon just spawned a little bit ago. We don't even have grubs for a minute and 30 seconds. It's unfair to be like, Monkey needs to do something. But that's just the way that this team has been, Bloxer.
Yeah.
So we're going to call the Forge God coming through. It's going to knock up Cube. Cube does not have that ultimate. Remember, he used that. And look at the turnaround. Monkey is starting to do something. He's going to flash after Shadow, but he gets knocked up himself. But Bin has no mana. And Monkey wants to continue to fight. He's taking some damage back, but he gets the job done. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Elk's got to burn the barrier. Taeyun has plenty of mana this time around. The question is, can he finish him off? If he do, can On get the kill? He does manage to find the one, and he will be able to escape a 1-for-1 when the dust settles, with the supports getting kills apiece. Tactical item. But right now, since you're not feeling it, it's kind of useless. Yeah. We do see the grubs getting started up here by BLJ. They've already secured the one. Shadow is going to slide out, potentially want to look for a re-engage, but it looks like that won't be the case, as On is just going to stick around, throw out some Qs. It'll be 2-for-1 for the grubs for WE.
I'm just going to land a little bit of poke, nothing too much that he needs to do. You want to make sure you don't lose out onto this next Drake. The Drake is going to be very important.
Maybe a Karis will be just fine. Team WE will finally secure the Dragon at 11 minutes without any contest whatsoever, which, while that's good for them...
Shadow's going to have that flashback available, punish him constantly. Shadow even getting pushed away from his blue buff right there.
Like
Cube
this.
now,
Exhaust because of the spell book. Cube has no flash. Remember, he used it in the last engagement. Big knockup is there, too. Big play by Bin and Elk linking up. Not at all. Monkey is going to head over, but it's a 4v3. I don't know if this is the fight that you want to take. On's going to get in there. Pop Blossom lands on the 2. Taeyun has to flash away, and On is getting taken very low. Will fall to Vampire. See Monkey try to charge 40, wants to go in on Bin. Remember, Bin is all MR, no armor right now. So he goes down pretty easily. Knight in the area. We're going to maybe take this one away. Shadow wants in, but it's smited away. And now they're going to look for Shadow. Shockwave landed. Ultimate used by Monkeys. He looks for more. He finally finds the Wukong. Here comes the Equalizer over the top. And now they're going to look for Knight next as Monkey continues to lead the charge. Just waiting for that Wind Becomes Lightning. Not going to come up. Cube is going to be able to finish off Bin between worlds onto Elk as well. Trying to get away, but he can't do so. A double kill for Karis, and Team WE turn it around on BLG.
And that's just a nice play to be able to find themselves a lead that they desperately needed in this series. Drake as well into their back pockets. That's now 2 for them. Soul point on the next one.
You know, we said it before. We'll say it again. It was Monkey, the one who really kept that fight going. And we're going to see them try to make another play on the Cube. He does burn his flash, but a great prediction means that he is cooked as well.
Yep. It's now going to be the second time that
There's
play
fights
works.
everywhere.
Yeah, it's
flashing away, going to look for a re-engage. The Pop Blossom's there. Elk over the wall. Shockwave lands only onto 1. And Team W will continue to use their push in the mid lane with this Herald.
I'm not sure that Elk particularly wanted to land himself exactly where he did. If he did, then a bit of a misplay. Just finds himself out of position, isn't able to land any more of the damage. Now Bin teleporting in, huge damage onto him. He's just dead.
Yeah, he just takes so much damage from these physical damage dealers. Taeyun and Monkey. He has 25 armor, I think.
Gee, it's scarily dark.
This collapse is coming in. Shadow at least flying in wait. Teleport going to come in from Cube. Bin doesn't have one. So Sonicon down below 10k HP. Shadow finally spotted. As On over on the side, he's completely alone. The Equalizer's going to split up Knight and Shadow. Pop Blossom trying to keep himself alive, but he can't. And we're going to see Elk finally join the party. Meanwhile, Shadow's just getting 1v1 by Cube. Cube taking a lot of damage on the backside here as Knight is trying to do what he can. But Monkey with a flash forward. The Wind Becomes Lightning right on top of Knight, and he can't take him out. No, he will. Wind Becomes Lightning gets the job done. Bin is here, but he only has Ignite. Call the Forge God going to come through. Who's going to secure it? It is Taeyun. Taeyun is the one who finds the Otacon.
Oh, it was so close to actually being stolen away right there by Bin. Elk gonna get jumped again. Huge damage landing,
wait,
but
the
the
turnaround.
re-engage.
All right, Elk, you don't have summoners. You got the barrier. Ults to the other side to keep himself upright. Bin burning away, though. He still takes so much damage, and he will fall. Karis on the teleport, looking to kill Elk too, and he will be able to find him. What are BLG doing? They're standing around and just dying on repeat.
With the Between Worlds, there's a lot of survivability here, but you have to hope for a little bit of a miracle and hit your shots, because otherwise, WE, they're just going to keep this gravy train rolling. They've got all the momentum in this game, and they do not seem to be slowing down.
This is a problem. This is a problem. Pop Blossom is here. It's going to land on the 2. Knight is just hanging around waiting to use the shockwave in a good opportunity, but this turret is doing a lot of damage now. Monkey is on top of Knight. When becomes lightning is going to land. His Bin is just getting whittled down by Taeyun. He is on an island, and as it's not Love Island, he's got nowhere to go. No love lost for that guy.
Yikes.
As the top tier 2 will be split among multiple members. Shadow and Elk will get some gold for themselves, but Knight stepping up a little bit too far, has a nice sidestep there, but he's gone from the Knight in shining armor to a loser in aluminum foil.
There we go, and you really need to get those recalls coming through right now, otherwise you will lose this game. Yes, you get a little bit of gold into a couple of key carries here as BLG, but WE, they're able to just keep on walking forwards. They can transition it now. Mid lane, Vampire.
Cyclone Elk in the middle of everybody, trying to make the hero play, but the Kaisa gene does not kick in when you're too far behind. Team WE ace BLG, and they will head to the Baron.
Elk gonna die on just an over-aggressive play. And BLG, they are falling apart in this one, but we cannot take credit away from WE. They are playing this one out incredibly well.
So good. I mean, Cube, just absolute domination of Bin. Yeah. When you land double tasers on a tank, even if they're building MR, it shreds so much MR, but he was doing that.
An 8,000 gold lead, up 3 Drakes. This is going to be Soul if they can pick this next one up. And BLG, they just haven't been hitting any of these big moments, but even then, they don't really have the damage available to them to really capitalize on it. The only member going to be dealing damage at the moment is Elk.
On going to be targeted out. He's going to have to flash over the wall. Cube flashing after him. And Knight is getting burnt. Elk is dead. Pop Blossom. It's not going to save you. Shadow finally hits the Cyclone. But the Shadow Clone Jutsu ain't going to save you. Cube rightfully getting a triple kill. Getting his flowers this game. As Bin is the last one standing.
This is now going to be 2 people going deathless right here for WE. Bin, he doesn't have any friends for another 20 seconds at least, and with the Baron Empowered minions here, this is going to be a WE victory. BLG, they couldn't hang on to this one, and they get overrun by WE.
Monkey on tanks, I sleep. Monkey on carries, I wake. As he goes 6-0-9.
To this, and you've got yourself a very strong front line for WE that can just sit in front of you and buy you that space.
And not only that, it's going to require a large amount of investment on BLG to actually get to these carries.
Shadow, level 5 right now. We'll see when he's going to tick over to that level 6. Critical spell to unlock for him to really get this game rolling for BLG.
Yeah, and we saw on the Pantheon that he was really able to get the job done there. Oh, we're going to see a full engage. Taeyun is low. Taeyun is going to die. Hold on, he's still alive, but he will finally fall. The question is, will Vampire be able to escape with his life? It looks like he will, but the BLG bot lane stand tall.
And this is the thing, right? You win because of the poke, because of landing that Winter's Bite and then being able to jump onto people. You outrange the Xayah massively, but as soon as On's actually able to get involved, as soon as he's able to jump forward, land
the flash!
himself...
Ignite!
What?
Elk is dead! Vampire! What? You beauty!
Yikes. Okay. Well.
Able to get on these grubs. There's nothing that Team WE can do because of that lack of pressure. Taking them away means that you can take so much power out as they're going to go all in here onto Karis. The Protector Vampire does not have the ability to save him. On gets credit for the kill, but now the rest of WE have collapsed. They're going to be able to find Shadow in a 1-for-1. And now On is stuck in no man's land, but it looks like they will let him off the hook. 5 right now. The Grubs have been started up. He is going to fade toward mid lane because Knight does have the advantage there. Vampire, no summoner spell available right now. Monkey is going to move down, and Karis is too. BLG are going to look to group up. Knight does have Tippers available if he wants to do something, but they are down a man right now.
No.
So it looks like WE will be able to secure themselves some of these grubs. They are getting low. Who's going to get them? It's 1-for-1. Monkey whiffing the ultimate.
Oh, no!
And Smithy making an appearance in the LPL. Spiraling Despair down, but it ain't going to help. Monkey's going to be the next target as Elk flashes forward after him. Monkey will be able to flash out a 1-0 in the end for BLG. They managed to grab 2 of the grubs. You can already see Knight on the way, so is Shadow, perhaps ready to use that paranoia. No vision on the WE bot lane right now, but On is going to step up. They're going to try to go all in, and here he goes. They're going to follow it up too. Double taunts. Knight flashes over. They drop the kitchen sink on WE, and Vampire is stuck under the turret.
And they might be able to get him out of this one.
Oh, they're using Tibbers.
Tibbers gonna be the MVP of this situation. There's
salute,
no
Tibbers.
way. Yeah,
07 salute.
No way to be able to get out of that situation.
May as well send your Caitlyn over. Gonna get the trap line down to make sure that On can't find a way in. Given the fact that Shadow is taking it back, even with Paranoia up. Looks like they're not overly interested. Meanwhile, Dominus popped up on the top side. His Cube's flash is forced.
And it doesn't look like BLG want to contest onto this one at all. Nice, easy pickup for WE. Grab themselves that initial Drake. All interested in getting involved. Just going to be these waves being shoved on through. Top lane, Bin going to be able to take down this first brick as well. And that is going to be the feats picked up here for BLG.
Rift Herald is getting soloed up by Shadow right now. And, you know, Team W are maybe looking toward getting this turret on the bottom side. They're going to invest the Sejuani teleport for it just to secure it. So, I mean, I can respect it. You get some gold over. You have to do something on the side lane.
Absolutely. You really need to just keep yourself afloat in this game. Down by about 2,000 gold. It's not a monumental gap.
Exactly. Yeah, good shout with the Stride Breakers because you can't do that at that. It's just not possible.
Yeah, it's so tricky to try to get away. Bot lane tower is going to go down. It looks like WE are angling for a fight.
Cube is just diffing. Getting diffed, I'm sorry, by Bin. As Gigabin has fully returned, I think. Bloxer, he is really playing well.
Yeah, brief hiatus in the previous game, but even then he was definitely not the problem in that one. Now aggression coming through.
Right, here we go. Yeah, we've gotten onto the Chorus. Chorus, he has the flash of the wall. Here comes Knight. Over the top once again. Wiping away Team WE, and all Taeyun can do is run for the hills as BLG menacingly will force him back to the turret, and they'll even look for more. Cleanse, used, doesn't matter because the Croc will eat you alive.
There we go, 3-4 quick kills right there for WE. So for BLG, they're going to be able to turn this one into the tier 1 tower in the mid lane as well. And it's just falling apart for WE. They think they found themselves the angle. They don't expect the Annie over the wall.
Like that. I don't think it gets any easier from here. I suppose if you get to 6 items, maybe, but with the go buttons, I don't think they're going to let you get there. And they hit the go buttons. They hit the support as Vampire will fall shortly. Bin is forced off to the side, and he will go walk around as Vampire has realized. He waves his white flag, and he falls too.
He's just delaying his recall at that point. It's going to be another nice little bit of engage, and this is what BLG can do with the composition with a couple of snap engage tools. I really like the Nocturne paired up alongside the Rakan. People often talk, right, about pairing the Nocturne up. It's nice that you were able to get that cleanse out of Elk, but then he still has that ulti, right? On goes in. They're just losing space. They're just losing out onto their jungle camps. They're just losing out onto the vision war right now. It's rough out here for WE. They have to find a way to fight back, but so far, not happening.
Lights out. And everybody's home as Knight will blow up Taeyun. Shadow will follow. Monkey on the backside. Chorus desperately trying to do anything, but he will fall all the same.
WE, they love sending us to a game number 3, but they love losing them too, and that looks like it's going to be the outcome here. BLG, they made it look a little bit trickier than they needed to overall, right? They got pushed around during game 2, they get pushed around in the early bot lane of this game, but the second that you get a couple of kills on some of these key carriers, BLG, they just keep on running this one through. Another tower going to fall. The gold lead extends. At this point, it's 10,000 gold, the advantage for BLG, and they're going to grab an Atakan, you know, just as a cherry on top.
Just for good measure.
You know, they could just send Shadow to be able to pick this one up. Baron is going to be the prize they really want, though. That's going to allow BLG to finally be able to crack open the base. And the wave clear, I mean, it is there for WE. It's get back to your team very quickly. Now he matches up with everybody around this Baron. WE, they are walking into darkness once again, desperately trying to get themselves a little bit of extra vision, know what's going on around this pit.
It would be a straight up 4v4. We do see On trying to clear a ward. It looks like WE are going to try to snap onto him.
Alone.
They managed to do so. They burst him out. Nobody's there to help him. And it's going to be a shutdown going over to Taeyun. Okay.
On
wait. WE, hold on. BLG want this fight. Down below half HP. Knight is ready and waiting over the wall. Teleport coming in. His cube is going to get here first, but he takes so much damage from Elk.
Get themselves a little bit of extra.
Oh, this is so dastardly.
Oh, Karis.
This is mean. This is cyberbullying. Karis, watch out. Karis, watch out.
No!
Oh, no.
That's so sad. That's one of those moments where the god vision that we get as observers really, really bites you. And yeah, without Karis available, that is going to be any hope of WE capitalizing on the pick onto On, immediately evaporating in front of their eyes. Two-man Baron going to be picked up by BLG. And with the Rakana back on the map, this is just going to be a push in. The base should be cracked open, and this game should be BLG's.
You ever watch Breaking Bad?
Not. I'm so sorry.
Have you ever seen the meme where like Walter White is in the car yelling?
Yep.
Yelling like
no.
that was us right there. Karis, no! Karis, no!
don't do it.
Return to the party. He still has his flash available, by the way. He didn't have to burn it in that last fight. So the Nocturnal is going to be used just to allow them to take the structure for free.
Yep.
Nice usage there by Shadow.
Absolutely. Shadow being a light switch, exactly what they need. That's going to be the mid lane inhibitor cracked. Top lane wave pouring in. Inhib already down to well below half. And that one's going to be taken off of the board too. Bot lane, the only remaining structures outside of the Nexus towers, and even those are being cracked. The long range wave clear just isn't coming through. WE, they are overpowered at the moment.
It's a wallet diff, bro. They went to the bank. They took out a withdrawal. They put all the money in their wallet, and it's a fat wallet right now. And they started walking around and shellacking WE with it.
Yeah, 4K across the board pretty much in terms of the advantage. It's so much. The smallest advantage is the ADCs, and it's still 1,000 gold to BLG. Teleport going to come in from Bin. They want to end this game right here, right now.
Wow, yeah, I noticed only 1,000 gold, as you said. Report this Elk guy, jeez. he only was down like 30 CS early. I mean, poor guy. Yeah. Really didn't have a whole lot to do, but it's going to be Elk who gets the last laugh, barring a major miracle. Monkey. Oh, man, I don't even want to talk about it. Cuba's going to get fully engaged on. Anna's going to be able to slide out. Not a whole lot of damage happening because of big blocking by Vampire, but Knight finally got in there. Everybody's forced back to the fountain. Taeyun still alive, but can't say the same for Karis, as Taeyun will stand in the waters of his fountain and wonder what the heck happened to his game as BLG soundly defeat Team WE 2 games to 1.
Getting 2 applications of this is just ridiculous if you go ahead and look at those numbers. So when we look at this from Weibo, not much has changed from what we saw at the very beginning. Help his bottom lane here, because this wave is going to push away.
He has one on Cream. Look, he's pushed up way too far. He can at least burn his flash. He is compromised. Xiaohu's going to step up. Look for the slow. The stun comes out from Cream, but now Cream is just going to go down, and that's first blood for Weibo.
All right, Kanavi's going to reset. Cream will be able to teleport.
That's the flash out of 369. Back onto the bot side of the map. Hong is getting aggressive onto Light. The slow from the W is not enough to find a kill. And now Kanavi has showed up to the top side. Tien still has a flash. He should be fine, but Breathe might be losing a lot of HP here. The knock up of 3 Talon Strike. 369 gets baited by Kanavi, and he does not have enough damage in the tank to get one back.
I don't think it's meaningful. You're just going to now give this Yunara free time to hit onto Breathe and maybe get some more damage onto these structures.
Well, 369 does not have flash, and they're trying to step in front of him so that he cannot escape with the unstoppable onslaught. Cream is there. Maybe he wants to drop a stun with the Q. Not the Tibbers, though, because it's not available. And 369 throws out the ultimate, gets the knockup, but Tien will commit with the flash, picking up the feat of warfare for Weibo.
Too late there from 369 using the ultimate at the very end. Kaisa is still picking up all of these waves.
So Tien is now calling caution to the rest of his laners. Hey, Kanavi could be in the area. I'm working on this dragon. I did not get contested at all. So now Weibo have an opportunity. If they get their bases off, as you see Xiaohu already using the recall right now.
Let's get back to our lanes. We have to take our timer. And
okay,
for the time being, you know what this does mean, though? Kanavi's going to get even further ahead, though, individually, because he's going to get all of these grubs for himself.
Top Esports really putting in a big investment for their Wukong here. And it's definitely expected. We highlighted Kanavi to be the most consistent, or at least one of the 2 most consistent carries for this squad, and he has definitely been taking a role where he's just getting a lot of economy for himself. Now, Tien will find a moment to wrap around the all-out from Breathe. They're going to bring 369 right into the waiting arms, and Tien still had the 3 talent strike to fall after 369's flash. But that Sion is a little too tanky now. And Chris and Light might be in danger. Hong has the Death Charge, leads it on to Light. Immediate flash to guarantee another knock up there. Cyclone on to 2, and Kanavi will strike big with a double kill.
There's more. There's more. Xiaohu's here. Between worlds.
He's going to look for Jackie Love. He dodges and weaves, but he doesn't have much damage there. Cream is now following up with a flash. Xiaohu has got to be careful now. He still has a flash, but is it worth it? He's on the wrong side of the map, so he might just die here unless he can get to this blast cone.
Wukong's here. Uh-oh. Say goodbye, everybody.
And it's enough. Cream will get his revenge.
In terms of priority, some of the timers that he takes and some of the opportunities that Top Esports are looking for makes it difficult for Tien to ever walk away.
Oh! He gets interrupted on the grand entrance. That's not good for Weibo and Top Esports.
The great part about that is there was not all that much used, and now Xiaohu in trouble.
W. He's able to hop away. Decent chunk on a Kanavi. Tien's
Chris
gonna
is
force
coming.
Between Worlds, gets a big chunk, but Tien gets pulled in. Chris was there just a little too late with the grand entrance and the quickness, and Jackie Love now wants to find Xiaohu on the back end of it. But
Xiaohu out of mid lane, and then we move into this bot lane play. I thought that Top Esports were taking a few too many timers to try to look for certain trades, but they then forced 2 of Weibo away back into their base. Weibo will have first move, or they're going to be first in the minion lane wave here. Top Esports, they want to look for a fight. They're trading.
They snag Tien. He pops the Crescent Guard, pushes them back. Breathe goes all out on Kanavi. That's a lot of good damage onto this Wukong. He's already compromised and forced to use the Cyclone. So Weibo might have a chance now to move into the topside river depending on who they look for. Q3 forces Jackie Love to flash away from the quickness. Chris has to go back with the battle dance, and here comes Light. They find Jackie Love, and Weibo get a big advantage in the mid lane.
That pick onto him is huge. Breathe with a Q3, gets the knockback. Jackie Love tries to flash out, and a re-engage from Chris finds them. Top Esports, a little too aggressive, trying to find something. Instead, I think they should have used the Rift Herald to force Weibo to turn. Weibo do not have any of the grubs, and Cream had teleport this entire time, so a numbers disadvantage unavailable there for Top Esports. Kanavi's in the area. We're getting the teleport from Xiaohu. Let's see the lane allocations as we come out with Weibo grabbing themselves the Herald. Look for potentially even getting a red buff on Kanavi and Jackie Love. That could increase the damage potential for this team.
There is a ward from Top Esports, so they have full vision of the Dragon now at 9,000 HP. I think Weibo are trying to think about pulling away from it. Oh, Breeze getting a lot of damage. Cyclone already into the backline. Light is looking for the assassination of Jackie Love, but there's too many shields, and now Light is in a 1v3. He just gets deleted, and now Weibo are in trouble. All out from Breathe is able to find Kanavi in the back end, but now he's got to deal with Cream on his escape route. Meanwhile, Weibo are dealing with the power of Jackie Love, who is pursuing them to all hell, as Weibo are still on the run, but 369 is pretty much unkillable. He is still so damn tanky on this Sion. Weibo overplaying their hand in the river, and Top Esports punish.
It's not even the Dragon, but the fight win going over to Top Esports means that it is incredible. And think about what they got out of this trade here. For Top Esports, they lost the flash on their mid and their jungler, but
and Top Esports come out for the better. The gold advantage is still not massive enough
for them
to feel like they're taking control, but the first brick is finally awarded over to Top Esports, but feats of strength have yet to be picked up. However, Tien is in trouble, and Jackie Love benefits from another freebie.
Coming into this season, and an incredible bounce back so far. We had some questions whether or not Top Esports were going to be as competitive as we've seen from them, especially with how their Split 2 ended, and so far, I feel like we have not really missed a beat outside of their series against BLG.
What I have come to learn about Top Esports now casting LPL for almost a year is that their regular season seems to always excel in dominance. And obviously we're going to have to wait. Otacon, the rest of Top Esports knows something's up. Less than 6,000, 4K HP, 3K.
Can they
it's
do it?
Be close, and Kanavi will say thank you very much for the Otacon. They eliminate Tien off the map, and now Weibo have the turntail. Breathe is trying to set up an all-out for
Jackie Love.
A switcheroo, but Weibo are starting to fall and collapse at the wayside. Jackie Love is looking for it all, and Top Esports will find the ace at 23 minutes.
Triple kill there for the Yunara, and they get the Otacon at the same time. That feels like it absolutely clinches the game here for Top Esports to start off this series. God damn, Top Esports, you are so good when you're in the regular season. Just the smite steal there from Kanavi. 2 of our junglers there in the pit at the same time.
Throw for the sake of Weibo's sanity, but I don't think that's happening from our top 2 team in Top Esports.
Hey, look, Top Esports, they've been known to have a few games, happy games. I don't think it's going to be from this position, but hey, anything's possible. IG are playing today, so there's some voodoo in the air right now. It's going to be 2 turrets being taken in the mid and bottom lane here for Top Esports while Breathe makes a trade.
8,000 gold ahead. Item differentials almost maxed out, at least 1 per person. Oh my goodness, snap engage from TN and Jackie
What are we doing?
Flashes away, but Light is going to send it on to Jackie Love, but they can't kill him! Jackie Love is immortal! And Breathe can't even finish the job! You try to step to Jackie Love and you're gonna get it!
What the hell was that? I mean, Weibo, they thought, hey, we have to jump on Jackie Love. He has flash, he has barrier, he gets all of the shielding from his team. That just feels like it's going to be the end of the game. Xiaohu's the only one that's alive. They have Tibbers as well, 3 grubs. Top Esports now find themselves with a 10,000 gold lead. The Baron on top of that. And if they couldn't kill him here, then hell, man, they're not killing him any other point in this game.
That felt like the Hail Mary from Weibo. Just try to send everyone into the back line. They burned the barrier, they burned the flash, and it just wasn't enough. The Baron will be secured for Top Esports just under 27 minutes with a massive 12,000 gold advantage here in our first game of the series. For the rest of this second round robin. Because if Top Esports can do that, I will believe. I will be a believer.
Wait. Let's wait.
To be fair, you've been watching more LPL than I have, so I completely understand.
Well, I remember our loss to GAM. That one hurt a lot. So we've got Top Esports finishing this one out. Baron here for another minute and a half. I mean, Tien uses his ultimate. It's not enough.
Yeah, the Crescent Guard ain't gonna do squat. Weibo just doing whatever they can to defend the remnants of their base, but they're dropping like flies, one after another, and Top Esports will not lose a single man. Xiaohu flashes 07 to the rest of his fallen comrades, because he's gonna have to watch his Nexus crumble and burn. Top Esports lead the series against Weibo Gaming 1-0.
I think Top Esports are feeling really good about that trade. Again, second round robin.
And allow Light to farm up a lot of Senate stacks and just effectively outrange Jackie Love. However, we do know that Jackie Love has pulled out some...
In mid lane looks, this could be an option where Kanavi can sneak up behind him and, well, once this wave crashes and Cream gets back in, they could look for a play. Oh no.
Breathe has made this top lane very volatile. 369 is below 500 HP. Might be enough for Tien to at least burn a summoner spell, if not first blood. Tien's gonna lead the charge. Pillar onto 369, easy chomp, and the flash guarantees that no one goes down. It's first blood for Weibo.
Still not bad though, because this wave is gonna crash. It'll be a full plate here for Breathe alongside that kill, so he gets a 600 gold lead for himself.
The seismic shove forcing the flash out of Cream. Now that's something that Weibo could try and punish if they ever get Spirit Rush off cooldown.
I think it's tough though. It's only the flash, and with Cream having his ultimate up, and again, 8 seconds. Look at this huge wave that Light is currently catching underneath his turret. He's gonna have to drop this. He does have ultimate. How many grubs here can Weibo actually secure? It'll be 1 to start, but Cream is now on a flank.
And Tien just used Smite. Flash from
Oh.
Chris. Seismic shove. That's a big combo. Kanavi is caught. And Cream now joins the fray. But does he have enough damage with Jackie Love to turn the tides of battle? Hong is already about to drop. The charm goes wide. And Cream is forced to bail. Big win for Weibo at the grub pick.
That's Feats of Warfare immediately going over to Weibo and all of these grubs, which is a great setup for this team. You'll have the range of the Senna and those side lanes that we were talking about. Talia and Jax are going to have a field day with this kind of advantage. Up the dragon to be their first dragon of the game. This will also open up a teleport advantage here for Weibo, as Xiaohu did not need to use his as Cream moved into the bottom side of the map.
This has been really smart coverage from Chris for the first 10 minutes. We already saw that
Xiaohu.
369 has dropped to 50% HP. Xiaohu teleports
They need to win
to
this.
the top side. This is a lot invested by Weibo. 4 versus 3 at the moment. Jackie Love is arriving to the party. How fast can he get there? Seismic shove, not a lot of damage as Chris throws Kanavi into the wall. But the play is taking too long, and Tien is forced to flash away from the headbutt pulverized combo. Jackie Love should be able to help with the wave clear, but the Poppy Hammer will punt away one. Kanavi no longer there. The Weaver's Wall getting the flash. And now top esports
Kanavi's gonna come back.
with 3v5.
Uh-oh.
Kanavi is going to come soon. Weibo have to act fast. This dive is not working out well. Chris gets dropped. Cease and desist onto Tien. And Weibo overstay their welcome as Hong is finally dropped in favor of Weibo. But you have to imagine that benefits top esports way more.
Turret plates with this wave. If Cream doesn't carry this game, I think is a travesty and comes into question more and more of us criticizing this mid laner for top esports.
And we've seen both sides of the coin throughout this entire season, right? We've seen Cream get a lot of these resources early.
That's exactly where you want that gold to be if you're a top esports fan here. And it completely equalizes the gold right now because Breathe and Tien have their individual matchups.
Headbutt from Hong will punt Tien away, and that means Breathe just might get soloed out by all 4 members. The quick flash and the leap strike to a control ward is what saves him in the end. Neither team has secured the feats of strength. Still 2 objectives away as you called out. Weaver's Wall trying to collapse on a 369. He doesn't have flash from the top dive before. And that's an easy setup from both of the solo laners of Weibo. And they're just going to try to opt into taking another turret for themselves here on the top side of the map.
And with sharing not only the gold, but also the turret kill here, Xiaohu gets to clean up a lot of that gold lead that Cream had individually.
Weibo are blitzing the Rift Herald as fast as possible, and if they get this before top esports are able to really set up themselves for the bottom side of the map, should be enough time for Weibo to get the bases off thanks to the empowered recalls from the Rift Herald take.
Grab themselves the first 2 dragons of the game, and that means either the Otacon in 4 or the dragon that spawns in 5 is going to declare the feats of strength for our teams here. And you kind of look at where they're at right now onto this Senna, and think about how tough it's going to be later on into the game with with Poppy and with this Talia, right?
Pillar look on the Cream forces his Spirit Rush and
Nice.
flash over the walls with the Pulverize. Tien could be in trouble here, still has a flash, but he is not getting out here alive. Cream picks up his first kill, looking for another with the Orbit Deception. It's a double for the mid laner of top esports.
And now Cream, he's going to go ahead. He thought he was going to get a recall timing instead, but with how long the lane is, with Jax already pushing, he's going to TP immediately. Top esports grab themselves a top tier 1. Let 369 grab this so he can be a little bit more resilient versus this Jax as the game goes on. And that was a great response and a great play coming out from TES.
And it's so crucial that Cream is able to win big in the play because we teed up that he got a lot of gold for free.
What I'm looking at right now is these 280 carries. Flicker Blades is already done. Jackie Love, he uses a spell shield. He's out of this. This should be mid-turret going over to Weibo. But Light is really far behind. He's down almost 40 CS versus this Sivir. And yes, you'll have that scaling eventuality of the Senna. My worry here is are you really going to get there in time with the 2 dragons that top esports have now? 369, he's just going to teleport.
But the Pillar interrupts him. Breathe sets it up by going aggressive with that Grandmaster's Might earlier, and 369 just could not get out in time.
They need to keep their resets, though, because if they overstay for a wave, they lose more off the map here. Cream gets another wave in top lane. Now they're trying to see if they can find anything onto Light. He saw his flash, so he should be fine. Teleport comes out. There's 2 different teleports. Breathe a massive flank.
Holy moly, Jackie Lift popping the thrill of the Hunter on the hunt for the movement speed, but Kanavi sends it into the backline, but Cream, I don't think he really wants to go that deep, and Kanavi's forced to flash and reposition. Now Breathe threatening and finds himself some ground beef to chow down on. Top esports now still in full retreat mode. Xiaohu looking for Kanavi, knowing that he's got no way out, throws another big rock to the back of his head. Top esports and at least guarantee another 5 minutes before the soul is at play. Otacon still yet to be really postured for. We have 369 and Hong, first one on the top side of the map for top esports. Crisp and Breathe matching in tow.
No flash, no teleport, and he has ultimate, but only now are Weibo going to know.
Spotted it. They put down the blue ward. It's less than 3,000 HP, but Tien cannot get into the pit. Top esports pull a heist off the Otacon, and now Breathe is in trouble. He doesn't have flashes. He already used it. The cease and desist will lock him down. Dawning Shadow. Verdict from Crisp will grant his top lane safe pass message.
Have enough damage, especially with Senna's build right now. So
Yeah.
TES, they get themselves to soul point. Can Weibo push anymore? They're not going to hit mid. They're going to look for top, but a teleport coming out from 369. He has to not only survive, but he needs to break Weibo's ability to hit this turret.
Hong is trying to take a safe way through the jungle on the outskirts of it, as Tien and Chris were marking some of those entrances, but Breathe is just taking a huge chunk. Big seismic shove onto 369. He could just get bursted out before the rest of top esports collapse. Dawning Shadow finally helps finish him off with the power of that subjugate, but Jackie Love is firing these ricochet blades, and no one can reach Jackie Love. Breathe falls, and now top esports are ready to turn the fight! Jackie Love is untouched once again, and this Sivir is online!
That's another triple kill, and that's a full-on ace. And that could be the point of the game that we look back and we say, damn, top esports really started to crush from then on.
While the gold may look even right now,
This Senna is not going to have enough time to play this game, and now Jackie Love is 3.5 items. Bree's dead!
he has a leap strike. Can he flash over to the blast cone? But there's so many members surrounding him from the side of top esports. There's no way that Jax ever gets out of that scenario. And
Very close stuff here. Top esports now playing on 2 lanes, and I love the positioning of Hung and Kanavi. Wait in between these 2 lanes and see what the play is going to be.
He knows that Jackie Love is down some, but he's just trying to 1v1 a Sivir. This Fed, that is never ever gonna work, Xiaohu. And Cream is gonna force another flash out of the members of Weibo Gaming with the forceful aggression off of that charm play. And top esports still continuing to press on forward as Light and the rest of Weibo have to be careful because Cream is hunting. One more Spirit Rush at the ready. And top esports use the threat of it to take this inhibitor.
Oh my god!
Charm right at the Tien! He's dead! Top esports might just try to end the game right now.
They got another wave in mid lane here and still Baron rocks for another minute so they can continue this pressure. Xiaohu is up in 15.
Chris stops another vault breaker, but he's got a cease and desist. Light is forced to flash. Kanavi
That's
gives
it.
his life. That top esports can just barrel through the Nexus towers. Breathe is already below 50%, but top esports just show an exceptional masterclass.
Early on, the skirmishing is going to be very good here for Wink and Pays. Just as soon as the first back come in, then it gets a little bit tricky because Varus is going to have superior range thanks to the Blighting Arrow. Oh, he doesn't know that there's a ward in that brush, so he doesn't understand that Wei and Mako know that he's in his side of the jungle. Uh-oh. Rookie's also starting to collapse. This could be terrible for JDG.
Shun, my boy. This is not good.
07.
07 to Shun in the chat, y'all. First blood is about to go over to the hands of IG, and ideally it should go over to Rookie's Orianna, and it is done beautifully so. Both of the junglers would have level 6 at this time and point. Oh, Shun actually has level 6. He's going in with a Grand Starfall, but now Wei has access to his own ultimate. Scout looking for Mako as the Shockwave completely whiffs because Mako tried to get the hell out of there, but Shun is forced to flash away. His position was compromised. 2 grubs still left to take. The smite comes out early, and Wei secures the second one. Flash and peel! Big for IG as the knockup comes in from Mako, and he headbutts Scout away, so he cannot contribute with the damage. Pays is compromised. He's forced to flash away the Valkyrie, but Rookie still has a flash of his own. This is a big wipe for IG, and Wei, he's gonna get snagged by the public execution, so a little bit of reprieve for JDG, but now the Shy has joined the fray. He flashes back into the bush looking for the decimating smash, and Xiaoshu is just trying to dance around him with the Drake Hound step, but cannot get much done. At 9 minutes, IG swing big with 5 kills to their name.
I think this is really insane for a team that was struggling so hard in split number 1 and 2. Mako's down here.
And you called it, but Mako might just be able to save Xiaoshu's life, but Wink is hot on his trails with the Ghost. Does have flash. Q flash guarantees. No, it doesn't guarantee the crash down because Rookie had Merc Shred, so the tenacity windup is just a little bit longer, but it might be enough. It doesn't even matter. Shun is still able to pick up the kill. Rookie tried his best, and JDG finds some reprieve.
He is proxying and has teleport. Really important to see both of these top laners get level 11 first. It seems like Xiaoshu is going to do that immediately as there are no camps and nothing for the Shy to steal. Dragon ends up going over for free. Not much doing here for JDG. I mean, not even really like contesting camps. Corky's getting a base in. Trinity Force is now completed. This dance right now, especially with top lane waves, it is very important to see Talia catch this wave. Maybe they make a look at play for right now.
Knowing that Rookie doesn't have flash, the one moment where Rookie didn't have Mako with him, but Wei is able to stall the fight long enough, and Mako's right there. They can't even get the assassination off of Rookie. IG bail out their mid laner. Now Scout is compromised. He already used the flash on the Shy. It's going to send them back to the Shadow Realm with that decimating smash. Wink is the next on the chopping block, and IG, I'm already calling it out. Game 1 is in their hands.
Rookie gets to teleport back into mid. He'll hit this turret. Xiaoshu's looking for an engage.
But Gala could just flash out of the way, and an easy pun from Mako ensures that Gala will stay safe from the hands of this Ambessa. Decimating smash will clip Pays and put him in his place. Xiaoshu's still trying to dance with the Drakehound step, but they cannot find anything here, Alk.
Guys, take the objective, because now Shun and Wink are coming back out onto the map. This is 2 waves now in mid lane. Teleports here from Scout, but there's nothing else to play for. The Herald will finally go over to IG. I just cast my mind back to Split 2. We watched IG versus JDG. It was me and Yanni. JDG look like they're going to win the game, win the series, and IG base race.
Rift Herald thrown down by Wei. We'll see if Gala decides to test out his driving skills or if they're just going to escort it in for the guaranteed crash. That is the mid-tier 1 gone. And even more control being awarded over to IG over the central point of the map. Second Dragon being leashed on top of Scuttle Crab vision from JDG's side. But IG know that there is no chance that JDG can even contest.
Does come at the cost of them losing access to gold and experience in particular, and by him keeping up to date, it's really, really good. So turret's gonna fall.
No.
Wei is in the area.
Oh no! Oh no! Xiaoshu! He gives his life for the turret, but even with the flash, he knows that he's not going anywhere, and he doesn't even bother trying. JDG shifted all their members to the bottom side of the map.
That's gonna be a turret.
Wink. I mean, Rookie's now just gonna get more gold for himself on the top side of the map for free.
They thought that Xiaoshu was going to live longer, or maybe that Shun was going to look for ultimate. This is a huge mistake coming in from JDG, and like you said, compounds the gold lead here for Invictus. And what they can do now is, with all of the outer turrets gone, they can start to shrink the map for JDG. As you see right now, Wei is already contesting camps, and it's going to get worse here for Shun and Jingdong.
And they want to force JDG into sealing their own fate, putting the last nail into the coffin of this game. Rookie does not throw out the shockwave. Wei immediately looking for an impale onto a target. Wink just popping the ghost from the unsealed spellbook.
Still doing it.
And Gala continues leashing the Otacon so they can return to the objective. Scout is trying to now walk forward with Shun. Wink right behind him. 3,600 HP on the Otacon. Is now below 2,000. Wei getting dropped, but he secures the Otacon. And now IG, they can just try and retreat. The shockwave clipping one onto Wink, getting brought down low. Scout trying to do what he can, but he was sealed up by the chain of corruptions, and Shunen's Pays all turn onto the Shy. But Rookie is going to do away with Xiaoshu on the top side. Public execution was already used. It's a double for Gala, and now
they can win this.
3-on-3. Big knockup from Mako. They eliminate Shun, and Pays is forced to flash away. Is it going to be another Gala pentakill? Another E comes down, looking for the arrow.
He's gonna get it!
For Gala, and Mako's setting it up beautifully, one after another. Gala wants another one back to back. Gala with the penta on Varus.
Okay, never mind. Everybody that was in chat, we actually get to Gala. He has a smile on his... There it is. But he knows. All he has to do on this champion is prevent the melee carries from getting onto his AD carry.
He was so patient and how he spaced out all the threats and trusting in Mako to peel any of the threats that he could not deal with by himself. As Scout now compromised, no flash available. The Impale will be the end of his life, and JDG lose another turret on the top side of the map.
That's Baron. That's just straight up Baron. Scout's dead for another 40 seconds. There is no control, and honestly, we don't even know where the Shy is. There we go. So Mako is in a hell of a flank right now.
They're gonna force the fight. Headbutt to delay the incoming pulverize thanks to the movement speed boost. Shun is compromised and he is gone. The Shy finds the unstoppable onslaught onto Pays. The last member, the last hope for JDG, but he doesn't have a team this game, and he hasn't had a team for quite some time this split, and there's not much the Pays can do. IG extend the gold lead at 8,000. padding the KDA, and now can look to take the Baron.
Hell yes. This is the IG that we needed to see. We wanted to have the hype train keep going for these boys because, again, most entertaining team of the LPL, bar none. And while I don't think we've seen necessarily the better coordination with Wei, what I have really thought has been so good for IG is how they've been playing around Rookie.
The big question marks, but I cannot reiterate enough how much of a pleasure it has been to watch Mako and Gala in this form, as they're going to send it one last time into Gala, but he still has flash, and he gets over the Weaver's wall, and Rookie is now coming from the right side flank. Massive knockup from Mako. Once again, Xiaoshu flashing onto Gala. He knows that he has no more summoner spells, but once again, it's the peel! It's the trust in Mako to always deliver Gala from hell, and JDG have nothing left to go at for the side of IG. The Shy will be able to push Scout back, and it's all left to ruin as Wei is in a 1v2 and he's not going down anytime soon. Wei doesn't give a damn about your friendship. He's gonna bring down Wink in the face of Shun. The flash over the spear, and Wei's gonna get out too. See ya, peace late.
They're gonna end this game as well. They got Baron, the Shy's looking through the walls. Pays, he moves forward. He dies with his flash down. The wave's going to end the game. Shun's going to recall and see his base is in tatters right now. IG 20-4 are looking to slam Jindong at the start. Say goodbye, Scout. Say goodbye.
Wave. See ya, JDG. They're going to have to take a recall until the very next game because IG completely stomped them into the ground for game one.
Oh, 1,400, or sorry, 15,000 gold lead there. All right, I'm happy.
I just was hoping that we would get something a little more exciting than another tank top lane as the R5.
Wait, just crossing straight over the river. He's doing 3 camps into mid. Rookie can back up though. He has shield. He has flash. Uh-oh.
Flash Rune Prison into the Flash. Wind becomes lightning. They want a Rookie dead. And that is JDG on the board for first blood. We'll see if the Shy actually gets a chance to move, but he's pinned on the top side of the map against Pays. Throwing out the Call of the Forge God.
Oh, Pays has no ultimate. Wait a minute.
Flash clap with the Bellows Breath empowered auto attack. The Shy
jungle diff.
Now trying to look for the Bellows Breath, and Wei, even though it does not have flash, just one more auto attack. It's the Q slow from the Shy, and he gets it done.
It's the dragon here for JDG. And some push down in the bottom side, so not all too bad here. Rookie's going to teleport back into mid most likely. Unless they're going to give up at least 2 of these grubs. As soon as they kill a minion though in mid, here's a teleport from Rookie. Mako has to get his ultimate here.
And JDG just need to bail. They know that Xiaoshu cannot be here. Mako with the Pop Blossom already forcing Wing to retreat, but it's a good cleanse. He gets out of the stun. Shun now in trouble and cannot escape even with the Realm Warp channeling. IG gonna be able to pick up another kill and secure the last grub for themselves.
This is what we needed to see if JDG want to have any chance here to fight back versus IG.
And in the end,
and his Gromp. So all in all, we were talking about this during the break. 2 jungle camps, not all that much of a trade. But now, Rookie doesn't have flash. That's potential for another engage, and Rookie's dead.
It's another teleport from the Fog of War. Scout now able to punish, and Rookie knows that he is dead to rights, trying to clear out as much of the minion wave as possible. Beautiful execution from both Wink and Scout.
Playing protected, and protect his flash. He does not have the luxury of having a support sitting in his lane next to him. Some of the byproduct of what we're watching right now. Scout's going to crash another wave. He doesn't have teleport.
Cease and desist and Killer Instinct, the duo combo, but the quickness stalls the fight long enough for Shun to be able to escape, and the equalizer turnaround from Xiaoshu could be big, flashing forward. The Flame Spitter going to do a lot of damage, but the Paw Blossom stalls it, and the shot
Look at Gala.
in with the Call of the Forge God, and in the end, it's only Mako that is lost. Shun is in danger, and he falls to the Shy, and he's showing that this Ornn is just as much of a carry as any other fighter champion. Scout pinning Wei, preventing him from getting out with the Vault Breaker as he just body blocks him, and Scout's Rise is starting to turn up the heat, and Pay's about to get gift wrapped. Another kill. This time, it's from the Shy's Ornn. Revenge is served sweetly, and JDG are fighting back in this second game.
Beautiful stuff.
Making the most out of a bad situation. That is the Shy classic. It's now Xiaoshu trying to push up on this top lane by himself. Rookie
he's taking
says,
turret.
hello. Hold his tibbers. Shun is there to escort him out. G now waiting for that next objective on the bottom side of the map. Still 3.5 minutes time. And JDG are setting themselves up nicely to have full control of this top quadrant with Scout pushing into the turret. I believe that is first brick taken by the side of JDG, and now Shun finds himself in Mortal Kombat with Wei, and even though he flashes over the wall, Shun is going to be able to follow up just as quickly. Oh, wait, Gala?
Whoa,
This is a 1v2,
whoa,
but
wait a minute.
There to assist him, and yeah, baby, that's the IG camaraderie right there. Less damage, heavy first item spikes, and mostly health. Kanik Ruckern is not going to really give you that much more base damage, but Scout is too tanky with the Rod of Ages, and he's not really putting damage either, so they're just... That was the equivalent of a wet noodle fight right there, but as you call it, JDG having full control on the top side thanks to the preparations they made with Scout's Rise pushing in that turret, and right now IG are nowhere close, so this is just a free Rift Herald going over to JDG.
Feats of strength as well. Upgraded boots, pretty OP this game in my mind. You already see 4 of the members of JDG have Merc Treads this game.
Take it down completely. JDG trying to control the entrance of this river. Hang on. Season 6 on the Wink, interrupting his battle dance. He's forced to flash. Mako flashing forward, ensuring that this Rakan is dead. And IG now have control of the river for the next 16 seconds while Wink is off the map and they're looking for Scout to punish. No Realm Warp available? Oh no, this is bad. He has a flash available, but how is he going to get out of the situation? He's going to need Shun to bail him out. He flashes forward, looks for the Rune Prism. Bakal is there for the Killer Instinct. Shun keeping them at bay with the Crescent Guard and the Equalizer to turnaround. This is big for JDG now. IG are forced to retreat.
Here.
The Shy now. Here comes round 2 for the engage. Call of the Forge God now looking for Xiaoshu. He's the first one to get knocked up and sent back to the graveyard. And Shun has to give up space. IG should be able to take their rewards for now, but Wink is back from the grave. He gets a knock up on Mako, and JDG are still thinking about trying to press forward. Pays is here, has Cleanse and Flash available. He flashes over the Tangle Port. Featherstorm looking for Gala. He knows that he doesn't have Killer Instinct, and Rookie is slain where he stands, and JDG now hot on the pursuit of IG's tails. But they should be able to cover enough distance as the dash into the wind becomes lightning. Is able to claim his life. JDG, through persistence, are able to turn around a very extended skirmish.
Impossible to burst through this Rise. And while they were trying to make a long chase, they got a lot of summoner spells out from JDG. JDG are not going to be too mad about the trade. They got a couple kills. You're doing Baron right now. I do not care about this replay. You have a Kaisa ripping this.
2-item Kaisa is a hell of a drop.
No Realm Warp.
Using the quickness, looking for Mako first. Pop Lobson still available. Otacon has been secured. IGC, thank you very much. And while they're down 3,000 gold, they pull off an insane heist.
This is good for the experience. It keeps them relevant in this game, especially because Scout is about to finish his Rod of Ages. And the adaptive force changes as well. Wei steals away the red.
Crescent Guard, Wei gets knocked up. Equalizer forces him to flash.
They found Scout
at bay, but Scout no flash! And the big shutdown goes to the hands of Mako. Call the Force God from the side. 2-man knock-up Rookie comes from the flank of the bottom side. Pays is routed, and IG do it again! Even down gold, they are still superior to JDG.
Call it cinema, call it Kino, it doesn't matter. It's an IG game nonetheless, brothers. That's going to be a mid lane tier 1 at the very least with this wave. IG fight themselves out what was a incredible deficit there with an Otacon and a huge team fight afterwards. A massive win. One that...
And there's a turret. He might just try to go for the execute. Unfortunately for him, Shun is here. Drops Tibbers. And that's still a nice amount of gold going over to the pockets of Shun. But IG are pushing on the bottom side of the map. So they're going to get more gold anyway.
They get a turret here. I thought Gala was also going to continue to hit on this mid-wave. They really want this turret. Guys, just finish it. Just finish it. Realm Warp is not available. All right. There we go. Ends up going down. Teleport here from Xiaoshu and from Scout. But there's nothing to play for on the map.
They're just trying to get kills. They're trying to get more gold back into their pockets. Wei, no flash. Gets slowed by the Harpoon. Scout now working on the Shy. No flash either on this Ornn, as Xiaoshu is now trying to limp on over towards the Shy and make sure that they have enough damage to take out this big, meaty tank. Scout getting knocked up, and here comes Gala, maybe to escort the Shy out. The Call of the Forge God just tries to slow them in their tracks. The Equalizer trying to keep them in range for a pursuit, but Mako hits the tangled barbs, and that's the end of the chase for JDG. Making JDG beg for mercy. As we're about to hit the 4th dragon of the game, JDG starting to
Scout,
walk.
no!
Scout is brought below 50% HP, and the Seraph Shield pops. Force JDG out of the quadrant and the safety. Scout, no, Scout.
He doesn't know. They don't know. Oh god. Oh, now I know.
They don't know. There he has a flash, but the cease and desist and the stun from the Tingle Barbs and the anti-combo. That is a dead rise, and IG now looking for the chase. Pop Blossom on a 2. Call the Forge God, follows up on a Shun. Gala looking for the chase. Quickness tries to stall the fight. The equalizer, it's doing no damage. Wing falls, and Gala is reigning supreme.
More and more fights where we are looking at Scout to not get caught, and that is exactly what ends up happening. He has played this game so well for the first 20 minutes of this game, but now, in one of the most pivotal parts of it, dies right before the Baron. And now, IG, they've got the Otacon, the Dragon, and the Baron. They're going to take a top tier 1 during all of this.
Gala will truly be immortal. Realm War from Scout, a Hail Mary, flashing forward, looking for the Rune Prison, but Mako is there to give Gala some time to fight in this one. The knock-up onto Gala as he's
oh my god!
He's astrogliding, he still does not die! Even without a GA, they take out Mako, but now the cease and desist from Wei, looking for the flank with Rookie. Gala can't really participate in this fight, he has to keep his distance, but the Shy, he is here for the flank, and Gala finds his moment, pops, shall shoot like a balloon, and Scout is routed. He is forced to run for his life, but Wei with the Vault Breaker will lock him down. IG are flawless.
Gala is so back, boys. I am impressed. His clicks in this game alone have been incredible. Dodging and weaving in between the fights, avoiding any kind of damage that would have taken him into lethal range. And 0-7 on a hallmark champion for himself. Nothing but excellence from IG right now as they're looking to completely dismantle JDG. 2 turrets now in mid and just raising this game.
Gala saw that Jackie Love and Elk were putting in work this split and said, you know what? You forgot about me of the game ever since the Otacon went the way of IG. And now it just seems like IG are putting the finishing touches of wrapping this series up.
It doesn't get any easier here for JDG. We wanted to see a mid-game spike, and honestly, they played the first 20 minutes of the game pretty well. They constantly were able to catch out Rookie, but
quite super. And IG just leveling up and impressing continuously in every series that they play in this 3rd split. Rookie with the flank on the Scout. He goes golden, but he's isolated by Wei, so he's going to be taking down the cease and desist to stop the Realm War. But now Gala is about to get blitzed. Okay, he pops his GA. This might be his first death of the game, but Mako is there to make sure that Gala does not die alone. He's got comrades surrounding him. It's his first death, and JDG maybe will find a way to at least stall the game for now, because IG have definitely overplayed their hand here.
It's only 6:30 local time, AM. That's chill, don't worry about it. I'm sure those LPL English guys are having fun.
Wei will not even try to look for a cheeky steal away from JDG.
To see if Mako can get in.
Gala has flash and barrier. They have to run to the safety of Wei to make sure that they can at least play a 3 versus 5 temporarily. Waiting for the Shy and Rookie to get in range. Equalizer slows Gala. He pops the barrier to preserve HP. Mako gets knocked up. No chance to pop a Pop Blossom. And now it's a 5-on-4. Wei continues to create space for Gala while he is running for his life. The knock up with the 3-town strike. Gala is gone, and JDG are turning this game around. I can see Alk just face palming right now.
Of course, IG, most entertaining team in the league. They gotta play for content. They said, look, we 2-0'd our last series. We can't let this be a clean 2-0. There hasn't been even a base race yet. Now it was them being corralled into JDG's side of the map. I don't think this matters. It's half of Scout's HP and he still has the Seraphs. This with the Shy, however, might be a little bit more problematic.
Scout has to at least use the stasis for the call of the Forge God, but he's gone. And the knockup from the Searing Charge does not connect on the Wink, but he could not do enough to bail out his mid laner. But there's no objectives to really play for, Dimitri.
Down the road a little bit more. I'm like, okay, we can get one. Equalizer's going to kill this wave. They are now fighting in mid lane, though. Inhibitor is going to go in favor of IG, and that'll last the entire time that we're getting set up for these 2 objectives.
Man, I love Demolish proc, especially late game. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
1 auto attack from the Shy. takes about half the HP of that inhibitor tower. And on the next wave, there's no equalizer to kill this one. So IG are going to be able to take 2 back-to-back inhibitor towers. Maybe another inhibitor on the bottom side of the map. Scout is back up. No stasis available from the Zonias. No Seraph Shield either. Gala is GA is back up, so he has that additional layer of safety.
Everybody, strap in, get your drinks, get your snacks, because we've got more League of Legends here. Gala and Wei,
right
Wink.
Now, quick pick from Wink onto Gala, trying to burn out his GA, but Pays goes flying into the other with the Featherstorm. Mako hits nothing with the Bomb Blossom. Wei forced the Vault Breaker over
Rookie!
the edge for safety. Rookie with a massive stun with the Timbers, but Shun goes back in, trying to find an opportunity to turn the tides of battle. Scout getting routed off by the Shy, but now the Shy is getting collapsed on by the rest of JDG. Call the Forge God available, gets knocked up, channels the Bellows Breath.
Wait!
And they fight Pays! Gala's back! And now IG are on the aggressive. Shun will fall next. His G is popped, but he's isolated by everyone by IG. And this could be the window to close out the game.
How is this how the game ends? We were invading on the top side. We thought we caught IG. Wink is going to knock up Rookie. Xiaoshu goes down to Gala. We've got 1-2 waves in mid and bot. Let's end this game, IG.
30 seconds on Pays. 50 on Xiaoshu, 35 on Shun. Surely, with all 5 members, IG can put the finishing touches, the final nails in the coffin, but they're too low on HP. Scout tries to flash forward, but now Gala sends it with a killer instinct once again. Scout drops, and it's the cost of a GA for Gala. Mako with the Pop Blossom forces Wink away. IG are so low on health bars, but it just does not matter. IG are superior, and they sweep the series 2-0.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.